This is Hannibal here with a daily wrestling news update. I truly think AEW is the most bizarre and wasteful company of all time. Ric Flair was at Dynamite last night. That's a picture of him and Steamboat. Steamboat was used on camera. Ric Flair wasn't, but Ric Flair did address the live crowd. And I looked it up. Apparently, despite rumors he was released by AEW in July 2024, he's actually been under contract with AEW since November 2023. And they've literally barely used him. They're at their lowest levels in ratings and attendance that they've ever been in. And they bring Ric Flair to the show last night and they don't even advertise he's going to be there or put him on TV. I am sorry, but that's the stupidity of that as a wrestling promoter and wrestling fan. It just doesn't make sense. Why you'd have him under contract but not managing anyone. He's better known than anyone on your roster. The only next best known guy on the roster would be Chris Jericho, who's been sitting at home since April doing nothing. And he's obviously got frustrated because he said a couple days ago that TNA looks more like the number 2 wrestling company from their Bound for Glory show. And he also said that AEW's ECW arena events reminded him of Tony Condello Winnipeg wrestling shows. And if you don't know who that is, that's like a notoriously shady and cheap Winnipeg wrestling promoter that takes credit for training Roddy Piper, which Piper denies. But why would you have Jericho and Flair under contract and do nothing with them, and have Flair at an event and not have him appear on camera? I know Triple H said Cena was the greatest of all time. To me, it's either Flair or Hogan. Hogan made more money and drew more than Flair, but Flair had a longer shelf life and is just as recognized as Hogan overall. So it's between those two. So you got one of the greatest of all time under contract, and you bring him to a show, and you don't even advertise.